Hello there everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am the Crimson T, and on this video I'll be explaining what the Cycle of Strife is, as well as its rewards and much more. So without further ado, let's go! The Cycle of Strife is one of the core systems in Diablo Immortal. It is a fight between the current Immortals and the Shadows, to see if those Immortals really are worthy of their status, or if they should step aside and allow other more deserving Nephilim to take their place. When Diablo Immortal is initially released on June 2nd, the starting Immortals will be NPCs, and every player who wishes to do so may join a Shadow clan and enter the many activities that eventually lead to the Immortal Crown. The Shadows are one of the three factions in Diablo Immortal, and any adventurer can join them. Every Shadow player is able to earn marks by participating in several activities that are exclusive to the Shadows. After having amassed enough marks, Dark Clans may enter the Rite of Exile challenge, which initiates the series of events that eventually lead to the final confrontation between them and the current Immortals. To join the Shadows, you may talk to the mysterious patron in the Tavern of Westmarsh to enter the Shadow Lottery, which allows you to face off against 3 Guardians, and if you manage to defeat them, you will then be instructed in the ways of the Shadows. The other method of joining the Shadows is by being invited directly by a Shadow player. Those players are able to re-enter the Shadow Lottery and gain a Kibas Signet, an item to invite players directly to the Shadows that rewards 20 hilts and XP. When your clan has a number of Signets equal to the number of members, then it can convert into a Dark Clan. As I previously said, the initial goal for the Shadow players is to amass members and marks in order to start the Rite of Exile. And as such, there are lots of activities that reward those, like inviting new players to join the Shadows, completing contracts, participating in battlegrounds, or raiding the Vault, just to name a few. This stage of the conflict is important because it pits Shadow clans against Shadow clans to see who collects more marks. It is then that the Shadow War event happens, and the top 32 Dark Clans get to fight against each other, to decide which are the top 10 Dark Clans who will be challenging the Immortals during this Cycle of Strife. The battle itself is not your typical PvP match, as each clan will get to pick 30 of its members to fight against one leader of another Dark Clan, in a battle where the leader will be superpowered to be a raid boss with incredible abilities and skills. This fight serves as a preparation for the final fight against the Immortal, and mimics parts of that experience. After 20,000 marks have been collected by the Shadows, the next part of the conflict begins, and it is called the Rite of Exile. This is an 80 vs 80 player fight, in which the top 10 Dark Clans each pick 8 of their members to face off against groups of 8 Immortal players. The event itself always happens at 8 PM server time on a Sunday. If the Shadows win 6 of those 10 fights, they proceed to the next stage, called the Challenge of the Immortal. In it, each one of the top 10 clans picks 3 players, or a total of 30, and go fight the current Immortal player. That player is transformed as a very overpowered being, empowered by the Eternal Crown, and capable of one-shotting player with some of his abilities. If the Shadows manage to beat the Immortal, then all of those 30 players will fight to the death, representing their Dark Clans. The leader of the winner's Dark Clan gets to be the new Immortal. That new Immortal is then able to invite 2 other clans to be part of his alliance. It is also at this stage that the Shadows are rewarded with the Deeds of Valor, which are badges that provide life and damage increase percentages. And there are different stronger and weaker badges depending on each player's performance in the conflict. On the other hand, while the Shadows are doing their collecting marks and recruiting players, Immortals also have a list of daily tasks that should and must be done to improve their clan. In terms of rewards, the Immortals get a bunch, as you currently see on the screen. Crown abilities refers to the 5 crowns, the Eternal Crown held by the Immortal, and its 4 supporting sisters, Crown of Agony, Crown of Wind, Crown of Protection, and Crown of Restoration. Each one of these provides bonus that can be held by the lieutenants of the Immortal, but the Eternal Crown is especially important, as it is a core progression for the Immortal clan. Doing tasks progresses the rank of the Eternal Crown for the whole clan, and as such more perks, rewards and activities are unlocked the further you progress. One of such activities is the Immortal Vault, which is essentially a dungeon where the Immortal clan stores their vault, filled with rewards, and then can distribute them among the Immortal players, with priority to the top contributors. However, Shadow players are able to attack the vault in a PvE dungeon event, and if they succeed, then they get marks, but not only that, because the final chest may contain vault loot. In turn, if the Shadow players fail to deal with some alarm minions inside the vault, Immortal players will get a notification and a call to action for them to go inside the vault and defend it. This turns the dungeon from a PvE activity into a PvP one, and is one of the cooler aspects of the whole system in my honest opinion. Another one of the activities for the Immortals is Kion's Ordeal. This is a 48-player mini-raid in which there are 4 simultaneous boss fights against different Lieutenants of Hell, and players are split into groups of 12 to deal with each one of those bosses. The caveat is that whenever one of those bosses dies, the rest start to deal more damage, so the aim is to kill them all simultaneously. As you can see, the whole Cycle of Strife system is pretty complex, but has plenty of PvE and PvP aspects to allow for everyone to participate in one way or another. There are a couple details missing from this video, but the goal is to give you a broad picture of what to expect out of the system and not necessarily be a video of 30 minutes. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, remember to comment, like and subscribe. Diablo Immortal is right around the corner and I can't wait to start facing off against the forces of hell. With that said, thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!